So behind me, I've got a little 20-foot piece to a 220-foot and 130 by 12 oddball container. It's a U-shaped office, done a couple videos on it, but this is one of the 20s that bolts on to that 30-foot U-shaped office. And so we just got done shiplapping this today. Shiplap is one of my favorite things I like to do inside the containers for various different reasons. I'll go through that real quick, and I'll show you how we're gonna attach this to the 30-footer outside. And yes, it's about 95 in my warehouse right now. So it's, I'm getting a little sweaty, but we'll take a look at how this bolts up real quick, the shiplap and the spray foam, and go from there. Okay, so here it is, shiplap. There it is, they're 7-inch boards. Everything works out pretty nice with those 7.25 boards on shipping containers because of your height and your width. So that's my favorite dimension to get. So what I like about shiplap is it looks really nice. It's not uber expensive, but it's one of the nicest finishes that I think we get. And sheetrock, if you finish it all out, it's very labor intensive. Materials are cheap, but when you pick the containers up, if they flex at all, you get some cracking in the mud. So I'm just not a fan of the sheetrock. It's dusty, it's nasty. And in OSB, this stuff is fine. It's pretty cheap. It's not that labor intensive. But once you get to painting it, the paint takes a little while. And so you're probably half the cost for OSB versus shiplap, but I think the shiplap is just so much better for so many applications. So shiplap is my go-to for most cabins, offices, things like that. So this has got a wall here because this is just gonna have a door going into the larger part of the office. And this has a 12,000 BTU mini split on it, Della, and that's a black indoor unit. That's my favorite mini split for various reasons. It's still 120 volt, 115, whatever you want to say. And it's 12,000 BTU and they perform very well. I love the app. I love the Wi-Fi. Alexa is integrated into it. So like a lot of things about it. So we've got a little partial wall here. That's all spray foamed. We can't see the spray foam because it's all done and covered up now. But we ran the shiplap today. And there's your final product. I don't have lights in here. And we get that shiplap going all the way behind the mini split so you can't see anything back there. All the lines are hidden in the wall. No, the lines are not serviceable, but it's so much better of a finished product versus having your lines on the outside, in my opinion. So there's your finished shiplap door. This door is gonna go right there. And this is gonna be a nice little office. And so it's got an exit to the outside as well, which is the interior or atrium of that U shape. So that's the door going into the main office area. And we did about 1.5 inches, 2 inches average of closed cell spray foam. And what's absolutely critical is that you spray underneath the floor as well. So we lift these up and spray them. But because this is all finished out on the inside and the way it bolts up, we weren't going to have access to the bolt holes where this bolts up. So we actually welded grade 8 nuts in here. So the bolts go through and go into those because we're not gonna have access to get to the backside of those because this is all finished out. So that was a little problem solving we did on the fly with this particular project. A lot of times when we make containers up, even if they're finished out, we've still got access, but because this had this wall here, we weren't going to have access to those bolt holes. I've shot a couple videos on that U-shaped office, but it makes a little bit more sense if I show it to you so you can go back to some of those other videos and check that out. Let me know if you guys got comments or questions. And as always, thanks for watching.